showing the COM1 Phoenix radio. Notice that this radio is playing all by itself on its own internal batteries. This is where the headphone and audio output is. And this is a USB input that you can plug a USB device, memory device, into to listen to music without having any Wi-Fi. This is the battery compartment here. There's two little speakers and the presets and the volume control. Now I'll show how long it takes to power up and get the Wi-Fi going on this Phoenix radio by COM1. You can see the 8 presets in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have a home button. Okay, that's how long it took. Now let's go listen to preset number 1.
In order to minimize commercials, we ask for your donations to help cover our expenses. Or visit our store where you can purchase many items and CDs for the young independent artists that we feature.
I have the Breeze on 1. KHOY on 2, and you see it, different stations take a little bit of time, different time to tune in. That was KLUX, it comes in pretty quickly. KNCT. Now for Airstream. This is that Canadian station that takes a little while to tune in. It took a while to tune in on the Grace. It takes a while on this one too. This is a station in New York, actually New Jersey, WVNJ. And there's a local AM radio station that, actually an HD AM radio station locally, but it comes in here on Wi-Fi. Now let's see something bad about this radio. If I want to pick up local stations, so I go to Dallas, and I want to pick up one of my local stations, which is KJJK, their server is in Europe.
Valued listener, come February 1st, due to strict licensing laws, all CBS, AOL, and Yahoo music streams will cease to be available beyond the borders of the U.S. Who's to blame? I'll tell you. Suits. Suits filled with lawyer.
That's KJJK. How about KLUV?
Attention, valued listener.
Same message.
February 1st, due to strict licensing laws, all CBS, AOL, and...
If it's a CBS station, it's going to have that message. And this one's not available. So if you're going to try and pick up local stations, you're probably going to have some trouble. Unfortunately, you're going to have to go to the COM1 website to add the stations that you couldn't find and to set your presets to get control of all of that. and where it says country, select stations and country. That country is not a type of music. That's a area. And next is the U.S. stations, listing the stations and how many stations are in each one of these major states. Here is the Dallas, Texas area, showing stations that are pre-programmed there, and that's not all of the stations that are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Here are the different styles, and there you can see country is listed, and classical. So you would find under classical there are a lot of stations there, and strangely enough you'll find easy listening stations like KNCT and KHOY there. Here is how you would do a search for a station, such as KNCT. That's the easiest way to find a station. If it shows up there, you can save it. Here's a search for Airstream. Searching for Airstream, you can then press the little play button on the line there, a little arrow. You see that little arrow there? And it brings up this little play thing and shows that the station that you found can actually play. You need Internet Explorer to do that. It won't work on any other browser. Here's if you want to log in and control your particular radio. All the previous slides were to see if the radio would do what you want it to do. Now once you're logged in, this is what you would see. You see that it has the personal information in the middle there. If you want to add a radio station, you press the Add Radio Station button, and you can put the URL of that radio station and the information and see if it'll play. It'll tell you whether it will work or not. So you fill in the station's website and all that information. These here are stations that I tried to program in that don't work, and they come up under this Spanish word Mis Radios Perso. I guess it's my personal radio stations. These didn't play. Then next you'll see the my local area stations that show up on the radio, and you can add or do anything with those as presets. These are the stations. These that came up here are stations that I've found, but I haven't enough presets for. And then this is the preset button. Down at the bottom you press the preset thing, and it opens up the presets, and you see this 8 preset stations that I've set and also used to set them. This is the configure section, and it's a very dangerous area to go, because if you do, it will wipe out all the settings that you've set in there, and you'd have to do them all over again. This is the Bookmarks tab, and it shows you, I guess, things that I have bookmarked to save for some reason. And this is the Podcasts tab. This shows you all the podcasts it has listed. And you can also press the My Podcasts tab, and you can add a podcast with that Add Podcast thing. And you see if I have Scott's Uncommon Sense podcast listed there. So I hope this helped everybody figure out whether the Phoenix is for them.